Hi everyone, happy Halloween! Happy Halloween. Well, I'm filming this on October 28th, but when I post it, it'll be Halloween just because I think it's fitting with the subject matter of this video. Um, so, I had a little obsession with one of my teachers in high school. Um, let's call her Miss S. So Miss S was my teacher in grade 9 and in grade 12. In grade 9, I didn't really like her personally because I was very Christian or Catholic at the time, and she was an atheist or something, and she always said, "Oh, God's not." Well, she didn't say God's not real, but she kind of made fun of religion, so I didn't like her in that aspect. But she grew on me, and then I had her again for grade 12, for a grade 12 class, and um, how do I say this? She was really nice to me in grade 12, and I developed feelings for her. If you want to know about my coming out or whatever, then that would be in another video. But so I had her in grade 12, and then I don't know when it started, but I think it was around. Oh wait, no. Okay, so we were whatchamacallit. I was in my English class across the hall, and so my English class was here. English classroom was here, and her classroom was over here. And then I heard someone talking super loud, and I was working on an English project. So I was like, where's that sound coming from? So then I looked across the classroom, and there was Miss S talking, and then we locked eyes for like, I don't know, 10 seconds, and then she looked away, and then I was like, okay, that's weird. Yeah. The only reason I bring that up is because that similar thing happened with a girl and I. Like, we locked eyes, and then I looked away. It was kind of weird, but yeah. So that was the first incident. And then, what's another incident? And then another incident, I was at my locker in high school in grade 12, and then I was walking towards a bench, and then Miss S was walking to the staff room, I believe, and then we locked eyes again, and then she, instead of going to the staff room, she turned around and went the other way, because it was awkward, I guess, but yeah. And then that same day, I went to her class, and she asked me. She was looking at the project I made, and for psychology, that's with a different teacher, and then she basically said, "Oh, I'm teaching this class next semester. You should take it." And I'm like, I have biology during that time, so I don't know if I can take it. And she's like, "I'm just saying, I think you'd like it." So that kind of made me feel special that she wanted me to be in her class. But in hindsight, it was just like yeah. But it was just really bad. But she just, what do you call it? She just kind of matches lesbian stereotypes. Like, she has stereotypes, mind you. They're stereotypes. They're not actual facts. They're just stereotypes. Like, she has tattoos. She used to drive a truck. She's a vegetarian. She's vegan now, but she's a vegetarian and stuff like that. Yeah. So that happened, and then the next semester, I didn't end up taking her class. I took the biology class, and then we did the same thing where we locked eyes again and then looked away or whatever. But she would always come to some of my classes. Like, I would be taking a class with a different teacher, but they were in the same department, like same subject, so that made sense. And then what else? In April, about Easter, I went to Whistler, which is a city near Vancouver. I went to Whistler, and my parents wanted to go on the gondola or something, but I wanted to stay in the hotel, so they let me stay in the hotel. I was contemplating life in the hotel, just lying down on the hotel bed, contemplating life. And then I realized, I was like, oh my goodness, I think I have feelings for Miss S. And that was, yeah, that was a realization for me. Um, to be honest, I kind of, I was thinking, I'm like, what if, this is where the erotomania part comes in. Because I was like, what if this teacher had feelings for me, Miss S had feelings for me, and she decided to, this is a paranoia thing, she decided to make a love spell and cast it on me so I will fall for her. And I think it worked. But but like that's my schizophrenia talking about the love spell idea. It's not really based in reality, you know what I mean? So yeah, so that was that. And then in the end of grade 12, so grade 12s are last year in high school in Canada. So at the end of grade 12, I was just chilling near the school entrance, and then Miss S came, and then she came really close to my face, like here, and she was like, "Hi, Jen," and I'm like, I feel like she knew that I had feelings for her, um, and she milked that, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. I can't read her mind. Um, yeah. So that was the end of grade 12, and that was the last time I saw her actually in the school. Well, no. That was the last time I saw her before I graduated from the school. And I say that because about so that I graduated high school in 2013. So 2014, 15, 16. So for about 3 years I could not get her out of my mind. Like I'd go to university, and then like there was this one psychology class that I took, and they gave you 5 tips to, which I don't remember, but there were 5 tips to forget something you want to forget about, and I chose her as my topic. I didn't share it with anyone, but I just thought, I was like, okay, I need to forget about Miss S because this is eating away at me. And she was married to a man and had a child. She still does, I believe. But yeah, so I was searching her name one day on Google or Facebook, and I found her Facebook page, and I found her husband's Facebook page, and then I'd periodically check it, like more than once a day. I'd check her Facebook, her Twitter, her husband's Facebook, her husband's Twitter. I found her wedding photos from a long time ago. Yep, I went into a deep dive on the internet about that Miss S. Yeah, so that was that was me obsessing over her and her life, and just stalking her on Facebook and and Twitter, and her husband on Facebook and her husband on Twitter. Yeah, I found out a bunch of things. I found out that her son was born the same year as my brother. So yeah, she's 21 years older than me. Around that, I found out she graduated in high school. She graduated high school in, I believe, 1992, and I was born in 1995. So yeah, that was one interesting fact. And then I told my friends about this situation, and they suggest no. My friends, I decided, I decided to make an, oops, sorry. I decided to make an online dating profile, or a bunch of online dating profiles, so I could forget about Miss S, so I could like have a rebound almost, even though there was no relationship that took place between Miss S and I. Just like I just it was all in my head, I believe, but that it was in my head that she had feelings for me too. But yeah, that was in my head. And she basically, yeah, occupied my mind for like 3 years after I graduated. And I Facebook stalked and Twitter stalked her and her husband more than once a day, every day. Um, and so I made an online dating profile to kind of have a rebound from Miss S, or just to take my mind off of my obsession with Miss S and focus on someone else. And that didn't really work out. Until now, I'm still on several online dating sites. I had one boyfriend. He was okay, but he wasn't really like, I like that he gave me free food. And he was a nice guy, kind of arrogant though, and he was very homophobic. So when I told him about my sexual orientation, being bisexual, he um he pretty much we pretty much stopped talking because he was a very conservative Christian, and he didn't agree with bisexuality or homosexuality. So yeah, that was that. And then recently, the most recent relationship I had was with this girl. And by the time I had this relationship with this girl, I was already over Miss S. But but let's backtrack. So in 2016, 2016, 3 years after I graduated, okay, I I went to my high school, visited my high school, on the suggestion of my friends, to confess to Miss S about my feelings for her. And stupid me thought that's a good idea. But at first so two of my friends came with me. One of my friends was also Miss S's student, and the other one went to a different high school than me. So we just walked. I walked into the school, and then I was so nervous. I was like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But my friend was like, do it. You have to get over this. And then, yeah, so I went to Miss S's classroom, and she was like, and there was my friend who was her student. I'll call my friend P. So was P was Miss S's student too, and she knew about my obsession. And basically, we went into the classroom, and then she didn't recognize me. She's like, "Oh, Miss S didn't recognize me." She was like, "I didn't even recognize you because I dyed my hair at that point." And oh, before coming into this visiting the school, I emailed Miss S because she said she got emails from students all the time, and I'm like, "Oh, why don't I do that?" So I emailed her. I emailed her about my psychology course about environmental sustainability because she was an environmentalist. So I was like, oh, by the way, I'm taking this class. I remember you teaching us about this and blah, blah, blah. So I emailed that to her. And also, there's this one situation where I had a neighbor, and I believed it was her because she's white. So, white with brown hair, brown curly hair, and like a little mole here. But anyway, she I thought she was my neighbor for a bit. I thought she was living near me. I thought she moved near me to get closer to me. Like, that's the erotomania. So if you don't know what erotomania is, it's basically like you believe that an authority figure or even like a celebrity is in love with you. But it's not actually true. It's just you're in your head. So I had erotomania, and I don't know if I still do, but yeah, that's what my psychiatrist said I had, erotomania. Um, anyway, so yeah, I thought Miss S was stalking me essentially, when in reality I was stalking her, but on Facebook and Instagram, not Instagram, and Facebook and Twitter, but not in real life. Like, I wasn't stalking. I don't know. I didn't know where she lived or anything like that. I knew the area where she lived because she told us, but I didn't know her exact address or anything. So I was just online stalking her. Anyway, so yeah, after that email, about a week or 2 weeks later, I visited my high school, and by this point, I had already graduated 3 years ago. So then I went to Miss S's classroom with my two friends, and then I was like, Miss S, I have to tell you something. She's like, yes. And then I'm like, oh, fuck. And sorry for the language, but I was like, oh, I need to, at that point, I've never, ever confessed my feelings to any of my crushes. So this was my first time confessing feelings. So I was like, okay, so Miss S, for the past 3 years, I've had feelings for you, and, I'm not sure about what to do with it. I've been stalking you and your husband on Facebook almost every day. And then she was like, okay, it's not mutual at all. And I'm a little scared for my safety because of the stalking aspect. And then I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, sorry. She's like, don't be sorry. I'm just concerned for my safety. And then um, my friend was like, yeah, we're trying to help her. And then Miss S was like, well, she needs a doctor. She needs professional help. And I was like, okay. And then we left, and I literally felt like a weight lift off of my shoulders. Like, it was just the weight was gone. But then after, when we got back to my friend's car, I was really sad. I was like, I was just like, oh, um, I want to do some destructive things like go drink or have unprotected sex or anything like that. Um, yeah, I was really, really sad. And I was sad for about a month. And um, after that, actually, about 2 days later, after my confession to Miss S, police showed up at my house and they gave me a warrant that said that I am not allowed on school grounds, on my high school grounds. So I'm not allowed to go there because my teacher made a report to her principal, and the principal made a report to the police that I didn't get arrested or anything. They just made a warrant that said that I can't visit the school, which kind of sucks now because my brother goes to that school, that same school. So I can't, like, if my brother has like performance or graduation or what, maybe not graduation, but if he has like a performance or something, I can't I can't I can't actually visit the school because I'm not allowed on school grounds. So for a period of time, I was really angry with Miss S. I was just like, why did she have to do this? Like, but I understand now that she was just scared for her safety. Mind you, I did mention that I only stalked her on Facebook and like online. I never stalked her like in person. Like, I don't know where she lives or anything, but she was still scared. I mean, she's the kind of person that calls the police like all the time, or like her son she helped her son write a letter to the Sesame Street producers about some some racist or a homophobic something. There's something that Sesame Street showed that she didn't like, so they wrote a letter to the writers or whatever. So she's that type of person, kind of like a Karen, if you will. She's kind of like a Karen. Miss S is kind of like a Karen. Anyway, so yeah, police showed up at my door, and yeah, I was really, really sad for a month. Um, what else? Yeah, I went bowling with my cousins and I started crying out of nowhere. I was just really sad. Yeah, but so that happened in 2016, and then I still see Miss S around, like not meet up with her, but I see her like riding her bike or like um near the SkyTrain station because we live close to each other, but I don't have any contact with her, and I'm not supposed to. I don't have any contact with her. There's no restraining order, but there is a thing in place that I can't actually go on school grounds because that's her workplace. So yeah, I was sad for about a month, and then what was it? My like I had this idea, even though she called the police on me, and she clearly said that it wasn't mutual. I still had that lingering feeling that I had this thing that was like, well, two of my friends were with me. What if I was by myself? Would she have reacted the same way, or would she have said that she feels the same way if I had been by myself instead of with two of my friends? Because those two friends were witnesses, and one of them used to be her student. But yeah, I figure she's probably not even queer. Like, she's probably not even bi or gay. She's probably I just based that on stereotypes. I just based thinking that she was bisexual or something based on stereotypes that she fit. But I guess yeah, it's you can't rely on stereotypes. But anyway, I tried to give her flowers once. My mom was really mad because I brought this was after she called the police. I basically went to a flower shop, and then I told her, I told the flower lady, the cashier, to send it to the school because I wasn't allowed on school grounds, so I couldn't get there. But I basically was like, yeah, send it to this school, to this Miss S, and yeah, so that was bad. But my mom stopped it in its tracks. She was like, she went to the flower store and was like, nope, this is not getting sent to Miss S. I'm not gonna have this happen because something bad might happen because she already called the police. So my mom was really upset about that. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Um, oh, this has been 20 minutes. But yeah, so erotomania is hard. um, but and I was like stalking on Facebook and Twitter. To be quite honest, I still check her Facebook and her Twitter. Um, she changed her name on Facebook, but I was still able to find her and her husband because I stalked her mother-in-law through Facebook, and I found her fake name because she didn't want anyone stalking her, or AKA me, to see that she had changed her name on Facebook to a fake name. But I found her still, and I found her husband's fake name, and I still check them sometimes. But I've been doing some therapy regarding this matter, and yeah, so I've basically I've just I still sometimes check their social media, but not as often as before. Um, but yeah, I don't know how to end this video. Like even I think like, what if Miss S is like stalking me and like looking at my Facebook or looking at my um. Oh, another thing, because I went to university, SFU. It's called Simon Fraser University, and then I found out through her social media that she did her master's degree there about 2 years after I enrolled. So I'm like, what if she enrolled in that school because she has feelings for me and she wants to be close to me? But like I said, that's just the erotomania talking. That's just me being delusional. But yeah, I don't know who I'm gonna end up with when I grow older. I don't know if I'm gonna be single for the rest of my life. I'm single right now, so there's that. I don't know, but to be honest, I kind of saw myself like living a life with this Miss S if her husband ever dies or if they get divorced. But I don't think that's gonna happen anymore. Um, because that was just me being delusional, thinking that I could have that she has feelings for me too. I think I'm over her, but time will tell. Time heals. Time will tell, and time heals. But yeah, what if she's like, even as I'm filming this, I'm like, what if she's watching this? But I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, that was my story about my teacher and my obsession with her. Yeah, so if you can relate, if you had any stories like this, let me know. Comment, uh, like, subscribe. So yeah, thanks guys. Um, yeah, so Miss S, yeah, she's married. She has one kid that's the same age as my brother. But yeah, that's all. Okay, bye.